get into it. Again, this is Miss White, First Lady of Frisco. This is Frisco's First Lady podcast and talk show. And yes, we have Duchess. Is it Duchess DUH?
It's Duchess DUH.
Okay,
a lot of people they refer to me as Duchess. I'll answer the both, but
right.
the accurate full name is Duchess.
So Duchess DUH.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I like that. It's different. You know, like Duchess DUH. Yeah. Like, okay. So I'm excited to have you. So tell me about yourself. Tell me what brings you, because we never worked together yet.
Right.
So actually, you're my first person I interviewed that. Well, no, I had somebody else too, but this is just like, I love that this is new energy, you know. So tell me about like what brings you this way, and like let's do it. All right.
So what brought me this way is doing music. It's a lot of networking that goes into wanting to get your music seen, wanting to get it heard, and connecting with the right people. So I really try to look for platforms that go along with my brand. Your content, I was like, I love that she's representing the Bay Area, because you know what? There's not a lot of women who are doing podcasts or hip hop podcasts or music podcasts in the Bay Area right now. So that was one thing. I was like, yeah, I need to be there. Nice. And then secondly, I saw that you were also like I said, a woman. So I was like, you know what? Let me get into this and see, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. And then, like I said before, a friend of mine had really great things to say about you. So I felt comfortable coming into this space and introducing myself and my music and what I'm about. So.
Okay, perfect. So, like, how long have you been doing? So, do you rap? Do you sing? Do you do a little both? Do you dance? Like, tell us all the time.
I'm a rapper.
Okay,
I'm a lyricist.
Nice.
Absolutely. Yes. A lot of people, when they see me, they assume that I'm gonna bust out in my Beyonce best voice and start singing and stuff like that, which is crazy, because when I was younger, a lot of people, I did want to sing. I thought that was it for me. I had a million singing groups. And then, I don't know, you could say as I went through life, I just adapted more to lyricism.
All right, so you a lyricist, and you rap, and so and I know you said like you started doing a little bit of singing, but it was like that wasn't where it was at, it was rapping. So how did that come out? Like, was it something that hit you, or did you, like, how did it inspire you where you was like, it's coming out?
Growing up, a lot of people, when they ask me where I'm from, I tend to say just the Bay Area as a whole, because I moved around a lot as a kid. Music was my way to connect with other kids in school, because I never really grew up with just one set of friends. So I always had to find different ways to connect with people. So I was always starting groups. Anybody I'm friends with, we've done music together. That's just always been me as a kid. So singing was just popular. I was a Disney kid, so all those Disney songs is what drew me into it, right? And so one day I just started writing music, and I didn't even know I was writing songs really, because you know when you used to get the CDs and it would come with the lyrics, and it would say verse 1, it would say chorus. I studied that shit, and I used to do, because they used to also have the instrumentals on them too. It would have the single, the remix, and the instrumentals sometimes. So I used to just be writing my own version. Me and my friends was doing that. People would ask me to sing in front of them, and I would get so nervous. Girl, my voice would start cracking. I'd just be sounding fucking horrible. And so I remember in high school, I started rapping, and everybody just took to that. It was like, damn, I didn't know you could do that. And I started getting more into like metaphors and just being quick with your words and things like that, which I think is something a lot of people overlook when it comes to rappers. They don't understand the intellect that goes into actually creating those metaphors and things like that. It's a real thing. It's something you have to study, and it takes education and things like that. And I think people, they write off rappers to just be like, oh, he's just trying to be cool, or they just trying to, rhyme.
But I like how you say I'm a lyricist versus a rapper, because sometimes I get like, because we rap, but then it's like, no, we're lyricists because we put our words together, like deep words, not just rap it and make it rhyme, but you really putting those words and those metaphors, and you thinking about what you saying.
And cadence. That's all talent. And I think that gets so overlooked by a lot of people, because everybody's doing it their own way, right? But there's a certain type of I like to say higher education that goes into it if you really study the art and you really appreciate words. You know what I'm saying? Literacy is a big thing. literature was my favorite subject in school.
Oh,
Definitely
wow.
a literature nerd, like all of that. So I think that, you know, that's something that I really want to showcase to other people and show that there's another side, especially when it comes to female rap.
Right.
These days, you know,
Right.
there's a lot of great female rappers, I will say that, but I think some people look at that as like, oh, you know, that don't take no talent. But it does.
I feel like a lot of the girls too is just rapping about pussy and money and my ass, and
Right.
I don't feel like there's no intellectual rapping like lyricists, females, because even like the bigger ones, I don't like they not really saying nothing that I haven't. It's like all blending in for me personally. So I don't really have like a rap, like an artist I really look up to that's a rapper.
Okay.
You know, I like Queen Latifah, but then they'll be like, oh, she like Queen Latifah, but it's like she was a lyricist, like she
was.
You know what I'm saying?
She
Or
was.
like, you know, so those are the kind of people. Like I don't really even listen to female rappers, to be honest. I don't know why. It's just that's just me though.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But let's get into like if you were to collaborate with anybody, like any celebrity, female, who would you collaborate with?
My favorite artist is Missy Elliott.
I love Missy.
If I had the chance, let me tell you, I've met a few
Missy.
celebrities. Missy would have me on the
Oh
floor.
yes, I love her too.
She would have me on the
She's
floor.
a-
Not only just as an artist, as a producer, and she's also a girl's girl. If you look at the era of Missy,
I love
she gave us an entire era of great music, all on her own. Well, not all on her own, she collaborated, but her talent is unmatched to this day. I haven't seen nobody really be on her level.
And I miss her. I grew up on Missy, and I totally slipped my mind about how awesome, you know, she
Super
is.
Duper Fly is still my favorite album.
Thank you for
it today.
You know, bring her back up.
Get ready for the club, all of that.
Right.
Missy,
And you can still play her now. I feel like with those beats that she got, you know, you can still play her now and she'll still be lit. Like people will still get lit.
And she's versatile.
Right,
It
right.
took me a long time to really understand the magnitude of Missy Elliott, from
Right.
working with hip hop to Madonna and all that. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
That's crazy. And a lot of people, I think they overlook that too about Missy. But that's my idol.
Yes. Okay, cool. All right, y'all. We finna take this break. We coming right back. So if you can change anything in the industry or add anything to the industry, that's your passion, what would you think we need? Like, what would you do?
One thing I would change about the music industry would be, like I was saying before, more exposure for West Coast artists outside of LA. I feel like when people think of California, they think of LA, Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? But it's a whole nother culture here in the Bay Area. I wish we had more accolades for artists out here in the Bay Area. I don't think we celebrate our artists enough. Like you said, every artist everywhere, they hustle, they grind, they do shows, but it's never a point where you be like, I'm being recognized. I don't feel like we get that a lot here until we go to other parts of the US, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no accolades. I would love to see award shows. I would love to see more platforms that are not only just promoting what's hot, but promoting the journey of an artist. You know what I'm saying? And more just of a community when it comes to hip hop and music here. I feel like it's kind of like it's not too organized for me in my experience. I feel like if you go to the ATL, you know where the spots are. You know who those people are that you can get you exposure and things like that. Here it's just kind of like it's not enough community when it comes to hip hop, and I think it's very segregated in a sense. I would also like to change the perception of female rappers. Don't get me wrong, I got my songs. People probably heard the Freaky Tales remix way back in the day that I did. That's definitely a side of me. Females, we are sexy, we are dominant, we should be, you know, proud of our bodies and take charge of our sexuality and things like that. But at the same time, that's one part of a female. There's so many different emotions that we have. I think that people they do gravitate towards the sexual music, and that's good. There's a time and there's a place for that, but that's like one emotion, you know what I'm saying? And they kind of base that one sexy song to be the persona of that whole person. And that's not always the case. And more respect for female rappers, absolutely. more respect for female rappers. I'm sorry, I have to say that again. Because they be trying to play with us. Right. They get you, you know, where they think they want you, and then they be trying to play games, and it's never really about the business. So I hate that for us. And I think that, again, respect could go a long way, especially in today's world. So a lot of females rappers. And when you think of hip-hop today, who do you think of? Probably a female rapper, I'm just saying, right? So just more respect for the ladies. I think we really push this shit. I think we really keep it going. So yeah, that's something I would like to see. And people really talking business with us instead of other shit. That's it.
What inspires your latest songs? I know you got a song, and I really do like that song. Like when we go to the club, like girl, I was in my car bumping that, and I appreciate that. I do love that song. I'm like, this the girl, this the ladies' anthem song, girl. I'm gonna be up in the club,
right?
So what inspired that song?
What inspired me the song is, again, a lot of people who know me know I've been doing music for a very, very long time. I wrote the song because I felt like if I'm gonna make this happen for myself, I gotta make this happen for myself. Nobody's gonna push an artist more than the artist should be pushing themselves, especially in today's world. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy the exclusive rights to this beat. I'm gonna do this by myself, and then the chorus gonna be fuck it, I'm out here. Because I think a lot of artists go through this, but we get compared to who's hot at the time. Like, oh, I've been in the studio, like, no, you need to be more aggressive. You need to sound more like this. You need to try this. And I tried it, and I was never proud of what I was doing because it wasn't something that represented me. It felt like I was trying to do something that somebody else was doing. So when I would play those songs for people, I just wouldn't even be into it. I'd just be like, that ain't really me, like, whatever, right? So with this song, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be like, fuck what bitches on. I'm out here. This is me. You're going to get 100% of Duchess. And that was my anthem. That was my mentality when I was writing this song. I was just like, fuck it. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. And the rest is going to fall into place. So whenever I hear this song, that is always my mood, my mentality. When I just see other shit, I just like, you know what? Fuck with them bitches on. I'm out here. I'm out here too. I'm doing my thing too. Right. So hopefully when people hear it, they just kind of tap into that they own sense of self. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't matter if you're doing music or you working a 9 to 5. You always gonna be compared to somebody else out there. And sometimes you just gotta pull into your own self and your own self-confidence, and you be like, fuck this shit. I'm out here. This is me. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm on. Right.
So this song is called "I'm Out Here," right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Where can we find this song at?
You can find it anywhere.
It's
on YouTube, it's on Spotify, it's on Tidal. I spent a lot of money on the exclusive end recording that. I'm trying to make it back. So make sure y'all stream that. I'm trying to make my money back, okay? Right. Make sure y'all stream that, and yeah, tag me in it so I could see who tapping in for real. It's just have fun with it.
And I don't know what you thought it was, baby. It's some.
All right, I appreciate you, Duchess DUH, for coming on the show. How can we reach you? I'm so excited to stay in contact with you. What you have coming up?
So coming up, I'm actually, like I said, I'm working on my album. I'm going to drop an album. I don't care what it takes or what anybody says. That album is definitely coming. Reach out to me or follow me on Instagram at Duchess DUH. That's DUTCHESSDUH. Also on Snapchat and things like that. Make sure you follow my YouTube page because we are working on a music video to be dropping really, really soon for the single I'm Out Here. And then shout out to Fab because we're supposed to be working on a collaboration too. So I want y'all to stay tuned for that, and make sure you stay up on my story so you could look out for upcoming shows, interviews, and things like that, and just stay tapped in.